Hey, it's Wednesday. Still wearing the spew, cordial spew. Okay, let me review this music I'm listening to. Um, Cordial Spew, right quick though, is a local Omaha band. Punk, good friends. Love them. Listening to, I just received yesterday a CD by Amanda Chaudhary. Is that how you say the last name? Chaudhary. January Suborbital Denomination. Meow Meow Band. I first became aware of Amanda through her being on a compilation CD that I'm on. I think it's the Jazz Zaj Project, one of the recent ones. But then, since then, I've checked out her channel on YouTube, Cat Synth TV. Thanks for sending this to me, Amanda. Amanda is apparently a whiz. Pardon me. I get the impression that the woman is very knowledgeable regarding music and synthesizers, in particular synthesizers. Her channel, I've watched some of the videos where she does demonstrations and interviews people and stuff. Really seems to know her stuff. And this is, on first impression, a deep dive into many different areas of music. She's obviously well versed in using synthesizers, but she has a good voice too and can write. Plays piano. This is my initial impression. It's really good though. That's why I'm trying to just throw some light on this release. I looked it up on Discogs. It's not on Discogs yet. But you can get this through Bandcamp. Besides Jerry King being on this record, who is the guy behind Cloud Over Jupiter, and his new album's out next month, which I'll be on. He's on here, but some other names are on here. Jamaluddin Takuma, the jazz bassist, who, oh my goodness, the records, I might be able to grab one here in a second. I've got a couple of his albums. He plays bass on this. G. Calvin Weston is on drums on some tracks. Those are a couple names that I recognize right away. These other people that she has working with her are likely people with good backgrounds. My initial impression of this is very good. Very good. Amanda Chaudhary. January Suborbital Denomination. Look it up and check it out. I'm going to watch more of her videos and learn more about synthesizers. She knows her stuff. Nice voice, too. Thank you for sending that to me, Amanda, and I hope that I can help generate some sales for you. Hope I can get some people to listen to you. All right. I was grasping at what to say next, so just stop instead of all that Cheers, people. I'll show some records and I'm out of here. There's a Bandcamp Friday coming up next month. And I must say that the Bandcamp Fridays made a difference. I've noticed, especially with all the things I've been having to pay for recently regarding my home and car and stuff. I've noticed the absence of that financial input from the Bandcamp. So I hope that next month we can generate a bit of income for the channel. Had a good day yesterday. finished watching a couple of documentaries that I mentioned to you. Didn't do any musical work. I didn't write. I do write poetry. I haven't written anything down in a while, and most of the time I don't share it with anyone, but I actually have a file cabinet with poetry going all the way back to my adolescence. And when someone said to me, "Have you read Walt Whitman?" Well, of course I've read Walt Whitman. Why are you saying that? Okay. So some records that got played yesterday. I had some nice experiences with records in my collection that I just forget about. So when this came out, Kella, Raven, came out a year or two ago on Warp. Washed Away was the first single off of this, and when I saw that video and the starkness of the music and her voice just blew me away. This is very, very personal and sensual and at times very sexy. She just lays it on the line what she's thinking about in different songs. Some songs she's processing, breaking up with someone. In other ones, she's being real honest about, I just want your body right here next to me, and she's very sensual. It's like, wow. And the tracks that she chooses to use are very electronic, very now sounds, that warm woo. That's about how I can put it. It was nice. It was enjoyable. Had me thinking and feeling all kinds of things. She's very good. Kella. Here's one that was sent to me by someone involved with this record. Howard Foster, Esquire. A Quirk of Nature. This is like, you never hear about shit like this. This is really good. Now, it's the instrumentals that I really like, but I also find myself enjoying the songs. The words are very direct, even can come off kind of, I don't know if trite is the word, but just real direct. The first song is, if I was a girl, or I wish I was a girl, something like that. Then it goes into what he's talking about, and it works. But the music on here is fabulous. A lot of acoustic guitar. This is really good. I forget who sent this to me. And it appears to be like a private press. I don't even know that this is, again, listed anywhere. But I was kind of digging around and I saw this and said, I forgot. Is this something that, maybe I need to trade in? No, this is very good. Howard Foster, Esquire. Very English to me. Sounds very British. And, yeah. So that was cool. About this one, it came out last year, was it? Again, time just keeps rolling. Or was it the year before? Oh, no. Excuse me. This is new. 2024. Julia Holter, Something in the Room, She Moves. I listened to 3 sides of this. This is, again, very good. I'll even make a comparison to a degree between Julia Holter and Amanda Chaudhary. Now, they don't sound like each other at all, but they're moving in the same sort of areas of deep. Both. This is very sound oriented. She sings a lot. Beautiful color. She even gets into some throat singing, it sounds like, on one track. But the music and the lyrics and the melodies are all very challenging. You don't know where she's going to go next. Melodically, I like that. This is really good. And I was, the cover is strange. It's like somebody's grabbing somebody's stuff. I don't know what that's about. except at the same time it's very human. You know, the sex and the body, and that part of the body, it's on our minds a lot, isn't it? So whatever she meant by the cover, I don't know. I can't make a connection from listening yesterday to the lyrics, but that's really good. Julia Holter, really enjoyed that. A couple other things. It was like, let's just pull things and play things that I wouldn't think to play. Excuse me. Home Video Citizen EP on the Warp Records label. This just kind of, this is low key, hums along. Don't know what to compare it to. It totally fits on the Warp label. It's good. Home video. Again, the easy way to find out about this stuff is to just play it on YouTube. Or go to... No, I don't like Spotify, so I'm not going to say listen to it there. A couple more. I was over here in the U's, and here's a record that I bought a long time ago, and it's like I always forget what does it sound like. And this was the surprise of the day yesterday. Universal Joe Baiza and the Universal Congress of. This is some Droney jams. Sounds like he's using not just guitars on here. It sounds like he's using a buza. Is it a buza? I forget that Greek instrument, string instrument. And this is really good. It's real organic. And one side it's like a long piece where they are. Sounds like they're improvising, jamming, and working it up. And they do. They work it up to the end where it's like they just keep taking the energy up to the point where you think it's going to fall apart, which is thrilling. And they end it. I'm really glad I hung on to this. It's on the SST label, Greg Ginn's label from Black Flag. This is really good. I'm glad I held on to it. Because when I first got it, I wasn't so sure. But it was one of those records where I knew, well, I need to just hang on to this and get back to it. I have 2 more records to show from yesterday. I had some good listening experiences yesterday. Music is wonderful. And it's more than an escape for me. It is my life. It's my lifestyle, and it's my life focus. You know, out of all the things that can be done in the world, and that we do and that I do, music is my home spot. So this is a band from the 80s, right? Yep, 1981. Urban Verbs. This is their second album, Early Damage. Band started by Roddy France, brother of Chris France of the Talking Heads. Roddy does vocal things that are similar to David Byrne in this band. So you hear this parallel in that way to Talking Heads, but musically, not like Talking Heads really at all. And they have an electronic element. I think the guy that played electronics on here, in the band, died a while ago. But this holds up. Frankly, the B-side, the second side of the album, is like they were running out of material. The first side is real strong. And it starts off kind of avant-garde when the dance is over. It's like it's like boom in your face. Hadn't played this in a long time. I have their first album too. Yeah, I do. Saw them live years ago. I think they were the opening band. I forget who it was with, but I was very much impressed, and you better believe that I went backstage to meet them and hang out with them and pick their brains a bit. Especially the guy on synthesizer. He impressed me because they used it as a sound element, and if you look this record up in here, it's unique. Good coffee. Thanks for the nice comments yesterday, folks. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your love and friendship. So this is one that I was sitting out there watching TV, watching the documentaries. The Aquarius Records one I really enjoyed. And I remember my visit to the store. It happened while I was on tour with Sun Ambulance. And one of the things that I remember is looking up our record in the shop, as I saw that they wrote all these, deep descriptions of all the records. So I wanted to see what they had to say about Sun Ambulance, and it was complimentary. But here's an album I've had for a long, long time. I don't know about you folks, but you have records, and after a while, you kind of forget that you have them. This one goes all the way back to the 70s. Probably my first actual BYG purchase. I think this is it. This Time by Anthony Braxton. I spent some time yesterday using alcohol to finally remove that $2.49 that was so rudely. I think that's what I paid for this. Maybe even less when I bought it. This is Difficult Listening. And this record here is not the best engineered. Anthony Braxton's parts are on several of these small compositions. It's like he's really close to the microphone, and he'll do notes that are like jarring, and I don't know that was the intent. If it was, for my ears, it was like, they just kind of blew it with the mix. It was just, this is Difficult Listening. I like Anthony Braxton. It's not often that I listen to him. In many ways, what happens while listening to Anthony Braxton is it's not so much an enjoyable experience as it is a thought-provoking experience and a learning experience. His style on horn is so unique. I don't think I've ever heard anyone really try to imitate what he does. Singular artist. I would dare say he's probably a genius. So that's what I played yesterday, and that's what I have to share. I will go back here right quick, if I can find it real quick. Come on. Never mind. I put no. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. There it is. See, I'm trying to make room for stuff on the shelves, and I took a lot of my releases and set them aside. I am at the point where there's, piles on the floor because I'm out of room again. But someone mentioned this a couple of videos back where they bought a digital copy of this, Myths and Realities. This is older material. The World is Burning, that CD, which is on my Bandcamp site, is basically from the same output as this album. Really happy with this release by In Fact Recordings out of Greece, a co-release with my label DBH Recordings. 150 copies numbered of this, and 150 copies of, this is the blue version, and there's a gray version. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you for your kind words about this music, and I'm happy with it. And I dare say you ought to check it out. Like this other music I was telling you about, check me out. That's a photograph I took in Germany. I forget the church that I was looking at. There you go. I wanted to show that. That's what I have to share today, folks. Make it a good one.